who say it's true, that the growing only happens on your own. They don't know me and you. You don't ever have to leap if to change is what you need. You can change right next to me. When you're high, I'll take the lows. You can ebb and I can flow, and we'll take it slow and grow as we go. Grow as we go. Grow as we go. Grow as we go. I don't know who will become. I can't promise, it's not written in the stars. But I believe that when it's done, we're gonna see that it was better that we grew up together. Tell me you don't wanna leave, 'cause if change is what you need, you can change right next to me. When you're high, I'll take the lows. You can ebb and I can flow. I'm short of breath, standing next to you. I'm out of my depth at this altitude. Like the world makes sense from your window seat. You are beautiful, like I've never seen. Go ahead and laugh, even if it hurts. Go ahead and pour the pain. What if we could risk everything we had and just let our walls cave in?
Welcome, everyone. So thankful that you're here. As we sit here, as we stand here, the trees are rooted beneath us, pulling nutrition and moisture out of the ground, showering us with oxygen and beautiful leaves. The squirrels and birds are hosting us, all a part of us, and we are part of them. Part of us is not here physically, but very clearly with us in some way. Ellie Bowman, Rose Killen, Brady's grandpa Elling, my dad Bob Kopsa, and Mabel the cat, who just needed a lot of love in her short life. Speaking of which, I'd like to tell you about my grandkitties while I have you here. Pino is bold and confident. Annie is sleek and elusive. Millie is a Zen master with an attitude. Joy is just looking for action. Jack is just looking for love. They're all a mystery. Just interesting mysteries. And Nikki, my cat. And since she's my cat, she must be Holly's sister and Ben's sister, since those are my grandkitties. But she adopted us. It's just a mystery that she decided that we were the ones, and we have been her people ever since. And you know, this paper that I'm reading from is a mystery too. If you think about it, there's so much, all of the universe is in this paper. The rain, the soil, the sun, the person who planted it, the logger, the people in the paper mill, and their parents and their parents and their parents are all a part of this one mysterious piece of paper. It's a mystery with all that's going on in the universe that two individual lives are brought together through social media. But you know, I'm thankful for technology, how these two lives of Brady and Holly have been brought together. Some of my favorite memories, actually, with my kids are with technology, watching Scooby-Doo and playing video games with Ben, and watching Parent Trap over and over and over with Holly until she actually has the whole movie memorized. And there's a song in the movie by Nat King Cole, L-O-V here, L-O-V-E. And one part he says, here's my heart now, please don't break it. One time Holly was sitting in the back seat as we were driving out to the coast, and the cuteness of her singing that song changed to a dawning on me that at some point somebody's probably going to break her heart. And I became more aware that we are all vulnerable and capable of having our hearts broken. And most of us have at one time or another had our hearts broken. So I was especially leery of Brady, the guy that Holly met over video games. And I kept that leeriness as long as I could, but Brady finally worked his way into my heart. I watched him very closely, especially when times were difficult for them, which have been substantial. And I have to say, Brady, that you get an A+. Now I want to read to you from Thich Nhat Hanh, who told me about that, who wrote about that mystery of the paper. He said, when we want to understand something, we cannot just stand outside and observe it. We have to enter deeply into it and be one with it in order to really understand. If we want to understand a person, we have to feel their feelings, suffer their sufferings, enjoy their joy. The word comprehend, he says, is made up of Latin roots com, which means together in mind, and prehendere, which I didn't take Latin, but it means to grasp or pick up. To comprehend something means to pick it up and be one with it. There's no other way to understand something. If we only look at the sheet of paper as an observer standing outside, we cannot understand it completely. We have to penetrate it. We have to be a cloud, to be the sunshine, to be the logger. We must enter it and everything that is in it, and then we can understand it. Now he starts talking about spouses. He says, in our effort to understand each other, we should do the same. Spouses who wish to understand each other have to be in the skin of their partner in order to feel. Otherwise, they cannot really understand. Love is impossible without understanding. You cannot love someone if you don't understand them. If you don't understand and you love, that is not love. It is something else. I'm grateful to say that these two people here are coming to each other as people who understand each other and are coming to understand each other as they grow together, and that they love each other very much. It is a joy to see how you two are growing to understand and love one another. I want to thank you for letting us in on this important day as you proclaim your love and understanding of one another, which they'll do now after the warming of the ring. So we'll begin with the warming of the ring. And those of you who are not familiar with this is a practice of each of the party passing the ring down to the other, and at the same time wishing something, saying a prayer, giving a blessing, something like that, as a way of blessing Holly and Amy and Benjamin. Not Benjamin, Brady. So I think we've covered the whole family, on my side anyway. So we're going to begin with Holly's vows.
Brady, as I'm standing here with you, I feel overwhelmed with joy, peace, gratitude, and safety. You are exactly the person I have dreamt of marrying and spending my life with since I was a little girl. On the day I found out you even existed, I knew I was going to marry you, and I even told my parents. The timing was so perfect, and truly the best way I can describe it is that it felt like my soul finally found its home. I feel and know that with you, I am safe to thrive, grow, and be exactly myself. When we met, I was in a place where I felt I would never find someone who would love every part of me. I was in disbelief that someone like you could love me with everything I have been through. You gently helped me to see for myself that that wasn't the case. You proved your devotion and gentleness by showing up for me and always giving me a safe place to break down and to also build myself back up in the ways that were necessary. You never did it for me, and you never tried to change me, and you always stood with me in all the ways I needed, and even in the ways I didn't know I needed. In every situation, you were kind and deeply loving and caring with your intentions. Through these past few years, I have endured some of the most traumatic experiences. I know you are meant to be with me through all of them. I can't put into words the deep gratitude I have for your patience, kindness, and care. You have always cared for me and have always met me where I was at. I cherish our love and our story so deeply. I promise you that I will always stand with you, stand up for you, and show up for you, just as you have never failed to do for me. I promise to always protect our love. I promise to always love, support, and respect you. I promise that I will always be with you through the loud, fun days, the calm, peaceful days, the long, stressful days, the quiet, painful days, and every unique day in between, no matter what life throws at us. I promise I will always be your biggest fan, whether it's during a Rocket League tournament or trying new things, regardless of the outcome. I'm so proud of you and so proud of us. Our story is just beginning, and I can't wait for every chapter. You're my person for life, and I'll always have your back.
Holly Ann, you look so gorgeous in your dress. This is the moment that we've been dreaming of for a long time, but we wouldn't be here today without our story. It all It all happened on a random coincidence in a Twitch livestream chat. I would have never imagined that I would meet my future wife that way, but I love telling our story and I wouldn't change it for anything. After meeting and exchanging social media, there was no separating us. We would talk for hours a day and FaceTime deep into the night, excited to share our lives with each other, being so similar in some areas, yet drastically different in others. We finally got to meet in person 2 months after connecting. You got an Airbnb in Seattle to stay for a couple days while you were going to visit a school. I remember driving to your place and you coming outside to show me where to park. You just hopped right in my car like we had been together for years. I was nervous to meet you, but not nearly as nervous as I expected. It was because you made me feel so comfortable to be myself, and I hope that I did the same for you. When you sadly headed back home to Oregon, I immediately messaged my now best man, Jeremiah, and said, "Yeah, she's going to be my wife in a couple years." That was November 22nd of 2020. We were 19 at the time. It just felt natural and right. I think it was because I just knew that you and I were meant to be together. And since then, I haven't thought for a second that it was any different. I've never been so confident in someone, felt so loved, protected, admired, and cherished. I hope that everyone is able to find someone that makes them feel that way. It makes life so special, and I feel so lucky to have found you. Holly, your heart is overflowing with kindness, laughter, and love. You are a teacher of all things good. You are a positive influence, and you are the light in so many people's lives. I think that just about everyone here can say that they have felt understood, heard, and or loved by you. That is special. You have so much to give, and I admire that about you. You added so many special people into my life, and I'm so happy that I get to share my special people with you. I am always excited to have you meet the people in my life because I know that you are wonderful, and they will love you and love us together. I have learned how to love others because of how well you love me. Today, I want to make promises to you that I will always keep. I promise to say I love you every day. I promise to be patient with you. I promise to sleep in a freezing cold room every night because I know how much you love the cold. I promise to be your biggest cheerleader and support you in whatever you are doing and going through. I promise to be the best partner in life that I possibly can be for you. You are my forever best friend. Every day I fall deeper in love with you, and I am excited to get to share my time with you. Our days are filled with laughter and love. Since the day we met, we have been in our honeymoon phase, and there is no end of that in sight.
Do you, Holly Ann Kopsa, take Brady James Sweeney Anderson to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
Brady James Sweeney Anderson, do you take Holly Ann Kopsa to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
As you have proclaimed your vows to each other, we, as each individual here, are your support for you. And together we proclaim you to be husband and wife. May you find peace, joy, and love with each other. Brady, please kiss your bride. It is my pleasure to announce to you for the first time the Kopsa-Andersons.
I'm on the roof, you're in your airplane. slip to the daylight.